gonna double check, make sure that I can see myself, and so I have my phone down here, making sure. So let's just give it 1 second, and you can see part of my house. Okay, I'm fine. So let me just lower the volume, and let me check the chat. Make sure you guys, I can see the chat for you guys. Perfect, I can see the chat. I know that I'm live. I have the system now. You see some of my family in the background too, because you're coming from the comfort of my living room right now. So we are gonna get started. We're just gonna make sure that we can find you. There we go. There's Sue. Hello. So I know that you guys are live. So a few things we're gonna touch is we are going live. I'm in Toronto, Canada. I'm part of the video scrapbooking team, mixed media team for Altenew. And today I'm gonna show you a new project. And like you're gonna see there's lights, everywhere because I'm having a lot of reflection right now. But we're gonna flip the camera and we're gonna play with a few of the new stuff that's available in the shop. And also, so like I said, we're just gonna give it a few minutes, make sure that we have, our moderator, make sure that everybody can find us before we flip the camera. But let me know where you're looking from, where you're watching from, sorry, today. Like I said, I'm in Toronto, Canada. And remember, and also that today we'll be giving away a $15 gift certificate to the shop. Make sure you share the feed, make sure you let us know, and keep commenting. So it's going to be hard for me to read the comments because I'll be working, but there's always somebody there to answer any questions. I'll be looking up every so often to just make sure that I don't miss anything. But today we are going to do something fun, something a little bit different. I'm all about memory keeping, so we're going to work on something, show you what I do with Altenew for my memory keeping. So I think we're fine. So I'm gonna flip the camera because, like I said, this is a kind of a little bit of a different system that I'm used to. So it's gonna take 1 second. So bear with me. I'm just trying to find the right button here. And I think we're fine. There we go. So now we're gonna turn on more light so you guys can see me better. There we go. So I think we're fine now. So let me just close this. And there we go. So I see everything is here. So let's just move some of the stuff out of the way before we get started. And today we can actually work on something that is, let's move the mouse out of the way so you don't see it. So like I said, I'm going to show you what I do with Altenew stuff. And a lot of what I do is memory keeping. So today we're going to actually work with some of the newer stuff. I pulled out some old stuff too that we're going to use we're going to use to help us. But what we're going to use today is the Craft Your Life Project Kit Delicate Garden. And you see that I already started some of it here. And we're also going to use the Patchwork Tiles. And we're going to use the stamp wheel for something that I love. I love this little wheel, but we're actually going to use it for something a little bit different than stamping. So let's get started. So let me just, like I said, I'm going to clean up my area a little bit here. And let's start with the stamp wheel. So mine is well loved and well used. So it comes in this little box. I'm sure you've seen it. If you can also right now actually pre-order it. So I keep my stamp wheel with the cover on the sticky base. Take it out and it's ready to go. And like I said, today I'm going to give you a different use for the stamp wheel. It's not going to be about stamping, just in case. I already did some of the work ahead of time too. So I'm going to move this to the side for a little bit. I'm going to show you what we're going to work on today because I have it ready here. So you're going to see, don't look at it because there's stuff that's coming to the shop soon. So we're going to work on actually one of my pocket pages. I keep a 6x8 album for my family album. And every time there's a change in any one of us, obviously it gets recorded. And for me, it happened to be new glasses. So I have my two pictures here ready. My base I have ready here too. And I have my two 3x4 cards. So we're going to work on that. We're going to start from scratch and build it up. Like I said, close your eyes because what you're going to see, it's coming soon. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And one of the things that I love about the stamp wheel, not only the fact that it makes it super easy to stamp, is the fact that you can stencil anything without having to use washi tape or masking tape to hold things in place. So we're going to focus on that today for my page. So let's get started. First of all, like I said, we're going to use the Patchwork Tiles. We're going to use the Delicate Garden Craft Your Life Project Kit, Delicate Garden, and I keep it in the back that come in so that for me it's easier to find a reference after what I'm using. And I've done a little bit of the work ahead of schedule because, like I said, remember, I only have 40 an hour for you guys, and usually memory keeping takes a little bit longer than a card. So I've gone ahead and I'm going to show you what I've done. This is the Delicate Garden, I'm sorry, Craft Your Life Project Kit, Delicate Garden 3D embossing folder. I use the die, which is set on the side, for the big rose, the one that you can use the embossing folder for, and I've gone ahead and embossed it. So I have this already ready for us to play with. So I'm going to put this away. And I'm using actually a heavy cardstock for this. I am using 100-pound white smooth cardstock for my bases. I enjoy the fact that, you know, it holds the ink a little bit better. So here we go. And I'm actually going to pull out because I actually did a few more things with this stamp set from the project, from the Craft Your Life project kit. I also stamp some of the images. I did not stamp that flower. I'm actually stamped the little ones on the side with black obsidian ink, just on white cardstock, and I have them ready. I die cut them. I have them ready. So I'm going to set those aside. I should have brought a little container. I usually have them, but I'm going to put them in my little, don't worry, I have containers on the side here. So I have this ready. Let me just set this aside. And like I said, what I love about the stamp wheel is that you can actually go ahead and stencil without having to, you know, pull out, you know, some washi tape to put things in place. So we are going to bring color to the embossed image right here. And remember that you have, whenever you get your what do you call it, your presentation cards or your pamphlets, they actually comes with the instructions on how you go ahead and add color. So this gives you the idea on how to add color to your stamping, but you can use in the project, sorry, in the Craft Your Life project kits, the embossed areas happen to most of the time to fit the same as in the die and in the stencil. So I'm going to use that to actually add the color on mine. So I'm just going to flip it like this. And then one thing I'm going to show you is just the color of my glasses. So you're going to see that I am wearing, these are teal, and these are actually kind of burgundy because, you know, we do a lot of like, you know, changing glasses. So I have a few colors here on the side. We're going to work actually with Red Cosmos. I have the entire set. I also have my strawberry ink because I like that for the bases. And I also have here, I have all my inks here already. So we're going to use a little bit of everything. But I want to pull out the green, the new Trailblazing Inks, the green set, just because it's going to bring the greens for my layout. So I have, like I said, all the colors are on the side. So let's get started. You're going to see, I am setting my embossed area on the stage here. And the sticky mat is going to keep it in place. I don't have to, like, you know, add anything. So let's pull out my stencils. So stencil number one, you're gonna see that if you look at the presentation card, it has all the, like, you know, all the steps here. So we're gonna start with number one. That's the one that's gonna color the flower. So we're just going to do the smart thing. I'm gonna move this, set it in place so that we know. So I'm just gonna play with the stencil until I know that it's easier this way. Set it in place, and then, you know, so it's just gonna take me 1 second. I'm just trying to find the right position for this, because you guys will think that I did that ahead of time. There you go. It's right there. So I'm just playing with that so that I can sit it properly on my stage here. So I'm going to put my down. And then I'm going to set the stencil, and the stencil is going to stick to the back to the stage. So I don't have to be worried about, like, you know, adding tape. You're going to see it's really sticky, which makes it super fun and super easy to just add color. So there you go. I'm just going to press. It's set to go. So let's start with a little bit of strawberry. My screen is blurry. I think it's fine. There we go. So let's start, get a little bit of ink on this. Let's get a new brush for this. So this is, I'm gonna start my base with strawberry. I wanna get to like that nice color. see. I should use probably a bigger brush. Let me have another one here. Something a little bit bigger. Just pulling one of the new ones. I'm gonna go with a mini, with a small ink blending tool. So here we go. Just picking up the color, and I'm gonna deposit it through the stencil on my embossed image already. And I just want to get a light color. So I don't want it to be super heavy on color. And this way is one of the easiest ways to add color to any embossed area. If you're doing a card and you're just embossing this, then you can go ahead and do it like, on your card. Remember, I'm doing a 6x8 double spread. I'm going to get it closer. Okay, let me just get it closer. Maybe that's going to help you. Does that help you? Getting it closer, maybe? So I'm just going to add the ink. Like I said, I just want a little bit of color. Think of it just as a base of my color. And I'm gonna go lightly with this, and then I'm gonna hit it with like, darker colors. So I always like to start with a base color, and this one, I love strawberry. It's just like a really soft pink, and it's gonna give that age, look much better if I get it closer. It's just, I'm used to having the, like, higher, because I do 12 by 12s when I have to create projects or bigger ones. So when I bring my album, I might need to pull it up again. So just be mindful of that. So I'm gonna come in with a little bit of frosty pink. Let me just get my base here. Makes it easier in a way. Let's move the stuff out of the way. We're gonna go. So I'm gonna get a little bit of the pink, and I haven't even moved my stencil yet. I'm just gonna start adding more of that pinky tone onto my, and I call it pinky, but it's pink tone onto my flower. Remember, I already have strawberry on the base, and that's gonna give it a little bit of the, it gives it a little bit of like an antique look to it. So I want that, especially because when you get into like ruby red, it gets more of like a deep red. So having that kind of brownish base helps a bit. You're gonna see just a little bit here, and that's gonna bring the pink tone to it. And I haven't had to tape or anything. I'm just using my stamp, the stage here and the sticky base to keep it together. So I have my first, application ready. I'm gonna take it out. See how it's super sticky? And then I'm gonna go to the second color, which is right here, the second part of this. So once again, I'm just going to set it in place, and it's easier actually to go this way. Just move it. Then you know that the rest is gonna be stuck to the base, and you don't have to suffer of like, if it moves or anything. So just set it in place. Once I'm happy with that, so let me just play with it a bit here. Just line it up. Here we go. And I'm gonna press here, and it's in place. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of coral berry for this. So let me put it here so you can see the ink. Lightly, I'm gonna use the same brush. So here we go. I'm just gonna deepen some of this area. And you're gonna see I'm gonna get a little bit more of color, and I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of strawberry again. Okay, so here we go. About a bit of the coral berry, and then I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of strawberry on top of it again to bring down the tone a bit. I'm using the same brush. Here we go. You're gonna see when I lift it up. So I have like a really soft kind of like antique rose going on here. So I have to go with my last tone. And again, I'm going to move this so that it makes it easier for me to set this up. So let's just find the space here. Which happens to be, okay, let's play a bit with this. There we go. It's right there. But I just want to make sure that I move it so that when I put this down, it just keeps everything in one single spot. It makes it easier that way. And then I don't have to pull out ink, like, I mean, any tape or anything. So there we go. It's in this pot. I'm going to go with grapevine. I'm going to skip ruby red for this. And I'm going to go straight to grapevine. I'm going to use, actually, I'm going to use another brush that I have here. And I'm going to go lightly here. Add in the color to the stencil. I'm using stencil number 1. And there we go. So my flower is all colored now. Super easy. So like I said, having the sticky bottom makes it so easy to have all done. So I'm going to get stencil 1. Now I'm going to color the, oh, you see, I messed up here, the flowers, which I'm actually going to keep in the same color to make it easier on me. So let me just move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to use a stencil number 2 for this. This is the one that's going to color the little flowers down here. And again, all you have to do, first of all, is find the little flowers. So it makes it easier to go this way. Okay, set it up. Once you have it, then put it down and then just press around it and everything will stay in place. And again, I'm going to go with strawberry. You're going to see that I kind of messed up a bit there. I didn't realize it. So I'm going to go with strawberry. I'm going to keep it very into that pink, like that pink kind of tone. I'm going to make this a little bit extra pink. So I'm going to use actually the ruby red on this one. So I'm just adding the color here. I have my flowers. You're going to see when I lift it. Okay. So I have the first part. Now I'm going to go into the second part of this, which is over here. And again, it just makes it easier to just pick it up, set it in place. I've been playing with this for a while, so I know that it, it might look a little bit crazy, but trust me, it just works better this way. Okay, and then we're gonna set it in place right there. Press around it, so this gets stuck and nothing will move. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a little bit, like I said, of ruby red on this. There's only 2 steps on this, so there's not much to add. It's gonna make it a little bit better, faster. There we go. And there's my flower. Okay, so now we have to do the leaves. Set this aside. Let's move this out of the way. And for my leaves, like I said, I have my little, let me move because it's going to drive me insane if I don't move stuff to back to the area. So now let's work on the leaves here. Again. Just going to go ahead and set it up there. Stick this to my base. Set the area. And I press down here. So the embossed image is going to stick. And also the area down here. I'm just going to press so nothing moves. Ready? And we're going to go with some of the color. Let me get my little brush here. We're going to use silver sage. So again, and we're just going to do this one. So it's not like we're going to do a lot more flowers. We're going to bring color in other ways to my project. So and again, this is just the first step. I'm going to add more color in a bit. So again, I'm just going to, with my small ink blending tool, I'm just adding like a base of color. I'm using silver sage for this. I'm gonna switch into jade. And I'm gonna, same brush, just go at the base of the flower here. So at the base of the leaves, I'm saying the flower, just to give it a bit of depth. Stretch it a bit more to kind of blend with the other color. I have my first base. So again, lift it up. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna match it. That's the best way to say it. Once you have it, set it in your stage. Right there. Press on the flower lightly. Press on your stencil around it. And you have it sealed. And we're gonna go with eucalyptus. I don't want to go too dark with my leaves. Same blending brush. Okay, here we go. We're almost finished with this part. No mess, no like ripping paper, like when you have to peel your washi tape or your satin tape, even though satin tape is amazing, but you're gonna see. Lift it up. Here we go. This we're gonna set aside because we gotta watch them after. So let me just put them outside of the camera. And I have my flower ready. So there we go. I'm gonna set this and you're gonna see it right there. And we're gonna clean up a bit before we move on. So my idea, I'm just gonna move this to the side, guys. So my idea is, remember I have a pocket spread. So I have, let me just bring it out so you guys see. Make sure I'm working on this one. So I have my pictures. They're not set on stone yet. So, yeah, you've seen a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's coming to Altinue. So you're gonna see, I have this idea. I could either place it here, or I could actually want to place it down here. So I need to create, my journaling is gonna go here. I know it's gonna be a title, but I need to tie this side of my pocket spread to this side. And I'm gonna do that with the patchwork tiles, which I set them over here. So again, we're gonna focus on the stencil again. So let's pull out the stencil. I just want this one here. I'm gonna show you this one is, I love this stencil. So unfortunately, this is 8.5, so it doesn't fit on my base, but I'm gonna show you an idea on how you can make it fit. Okay, so let's move this for a little bit for now. Let's go back into this. We don't need the green one. We don't need this. The flower, let's set it aside. So remember, the base here is 7.5 by 7.5. My page is 8.5 by 7. So I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna make it in 2 parts, which is okay because I need to do the whole thing. So it works fine right there. So let's see. You know what? For some reason, make sure that there's enough light. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't want to do the whole page either. I just want a little piece. So I am going to set this right at the edge. I'm gonna use a little bit of satin tape, just because I want to mask this area here. Okay, so let's go at it. Okay, let's go for this. We're gonna go into, actually, I'm using seashore. I want to go into something really soft. Remember, I have the glasses that I'm wearing. Some are teal, some are like kind of that burgundy color. So I'm gonna use Mountain Mist for this. I want something really soft. I don't want to take away from the background. So let's get an ink blending tool. I have one here. Get my little base ready. And here we go. So let's go at it. You're gonna see I had some ink before, and that's okay. So I'm gonna create like a kind of a checkerboard look on the back. So I think I'm gonna get a bigger tool right now. I think it might help in this case. Let me see what I have handy. I have a blue one. Okay, I have a teal one. Just to go faster. See, my whole table is gonna shake right now. Some of my work table, and that's like a foldable one. So my apologies on that. I'm trying to hold it with my knee. So I'm just working my little ink here, creating the little checker look on the back. I want just to be careful that I don't stain this. I'm going to take this and add a little bit here, just to be safe. Because like I said, I am moving the table and I'm holding it with my knee so it doesn't shake that much. And I'm okay if that's darker. I'm gonna add a little bit extra color. Just to match that. Oh, I know. Trust me, I'm like, if you guys will see me, like you guys think God, I'm putting the camera on. My knee is literally holding the table up while I'm doing this. So, but that's okay. Okay, so you see I have my first part. So I'm literally going to lift this up. Just lift this, carefully. Like I said, if you use like, the satin tape, it's fine. It's so soft, it doesn't hurt the paper. So I'm just carefully pulling that out. And then I'm gonna just move it up. I'm gonna put it all the way to the corner. I'm gonna match this here. Okay, remember? And then we're gonna continue adding stuff. So there's ways around it. If you're doing like, what's his name? Stenciling, there's way around it. So don't worry about it. No? Let's see. So to do these two little squares, and then we're gonna flip the stencil and do the other part. So you're gonna see, again, I'm holding it with my knee. Okay, perfect. Here we go. Lift it up. We have a first color. Now, to get the second color, this has to be flipped 180 degrees. So let's take out the tape. Let's move the base down again, remember, going back to the beginning, and now we're gonna color the other one. The etching on, on the stencil is gonna give you the perfect setting for the next step. So just match it up, press. The sticky base is gonna help you with that. We're gonna make sure we don't add extra color when we don't need it. And we're gonna go with a darker color. So let's move on to a little bit of volcano lake. Okay, let's see right here. Again, don't mind me if you hear me closer, it's because I'm, like I said, somebody said I'm rocking and rolling. True, that's what is happening right now, because I don't want the table to rock so much, even though it is. I think you can see it too. So I usually do it from the dining room table, but there's a lot of light coming from the window here in the living room. I was like, might as well do it there. And I'm regretting it because I forgot that this table is, one of the foldable ones, my work table. And obviously it's not like, heavy attached to the floor. So so how's the weather in your area? Here in Toronto is like kind of grayish. It's like, how people say like spring is like nice and flowery. It is at the end of the spring. At the beginning, it's nice and muddy. We're in the muddy stage. Snow has melted here in Toronto. That means that everything is brown, kind of dingy, not the pretty time of spring up here. again, I have my base. I'm going to move it. Remember, use the edge of your, of your base to help you with that. We're going to match what we had. Press here, right here. We're going to press on the edge here so the stencil sticks to the base. There we go. I'm just going to add a little bit of, but it doesn't really matter right there. So let's finish this up. You have tons of snow? Where are you at? Hobbits. I know that there's a lot of people, even here in Canada, they have a lot of snow. I think we're transitioning out of snow. So I'm saying, but you never know here in Canada. You will probably get snow like, well into April. It's happened. Like when the flowers are out, you see like a little cover of snow. So wouldn't surprise me. So here we go. We are ready. We have our base. Close this up. So we have the base for the one page. Okay, so see where I'm going with this? So this we're going to set on the side for now. And now where we go, we're not going to put this away because we're going to, like I said, we're going to tie this to the pocket cards using the same stencil. So here we go. We're going to do something a little bit different for this. Now, when you look at my pocket page and you look at this, I'm adding my row of stenciling on the right, some kind of framing. My title is going to be here. I know my journal is going to be down here. So I need to create something similar for my cards. Now I was thinking, I want to frame these two. So that means that I have to add some stenciling here and some stenciling here. That's just going to confine it in my cards. So let's do the smart way. Let's put them side by side. You see my hands are full of ink, so I'm going to be careful not to stain this. Send it inside. These are 3x4s. Send it side by side. I'm going to bring the stencil. I'm going to set it right there. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that here we go. Okay. Here's why I love the stamp wheel for this. We're going to create the stuff. I'm going to go with, actually, I might switch it a bit again on this part. You're going to see I have more colors here. So let's go right now with a bit of, I'm going to bring a bit of the mountain mist for this again. We're going to bring a little bit of blue too. Okay. So I'm going to go softly with this. Remember, we're doing the two cards. So now let's be smart because we don't want to stain this. I'm going to be careful. We're just going to create one line. Okay. So we're just going to do the one single line here. So we're going to go soft. And again, sorry that my table is rocking here, but next time that we go live, I'll do it from the dining room table. So it's nice and steady and nothing, because I love stenciling. I think it's one of the easiest ways to bring something together without that much effort. And especially for like a project, like when you're working on scrapbook layouts or things like that, it's easier than creating watercolor and having to do an entire background. Just bring on stencil, some ink, your ink blending tools, and quickly you have the background, ready to go. You're gonna see we're almost there. I want it soft. I don't want a lot of colors here. Yeah. Because remember, I already have my pictures of color, so we gotta be careful. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out carefully. See, I ripped the page there, so it's okay. We're gonna hide it in a bit. I'm not gonna stress over that. Gonna take my stencil that hasn't moved, so nothing is moving there. I'm gonna flip it. That's where you're gonna love your stamp wheel. When you get it, you're gonna love it. So I'm gonna have to be careful with this because I need to cover this area. So you're gonna move it until I find the one that's gonna give me the perfect cover. There we go. So there we go. So let's do a little bit of taping here for the areas that we want to be careful with. I bolted up. I forgot that I had to keep doing. Let's just softly cover this one here. Okay, let's move this one. I have my blue brush here. And I'm going to use actually a little bit of water hyacinth. So let's move this out of the way. I have my blue brush here. I'm going to bring a little bit of a different color to the page. Just a little hint just to make, like, some of the purple in the page pop out. Remember, this one has a lot of like blue tones in it. So I want to bring some blue in this here to, make sure that it all matches, goes together. And if you see the colors in this Trailblazing Inks in the blue, I can't remember the name off the top of my head on this set, it has a little bit of the purple in it, like the violet. So I want to bring that. So I'm going to go carefully add a little bit of this. I'm being careful not to over, work this. Just want a soft little shadow. And you can see my fingers are very inky, so I'm very careful not to touch a lot of things. Let's see. Here we go. That's it. Not much more than that. So a really soft application. Let's put this away. Okay, let's lift this up. There we go. And even though there's a little bit, I'm not too worried about it. And I'll show you why. But I'm not going to take that away yet. So I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay. So let's put this over here. So let's start set this up just so we know what we're doing. Okay. So I have this. My cards, even I'm going to move them for now. Remember, one is going to go here. And the other one, and that's what I said, a little bit the tape, I put too much pressure, gonna rip a little bit the paper. I'm okay, it's gonna go there. Sorry, it's gonna go here. So that's gonna bring this onto this over here. So I'm bringing that look, a little bit of the blue, kind of the purpley tone, and the teal for my glasses. And I have two sets because I tend to lose one, so I have them handy. So I need to bring some of the florals onto this side too, but I need to keep it neutral. That's why I stamped the images, in black and white, and I set them aside somewhere here, somewhere here you go. Remember the black and white images? So this I am going to use to help me with this here. I need to break the color a bit and stretch this a bit more. So we're going to bring that there. And I've stamped the two images here. So I think that I also want to kind of follow the same idea. Just a little section here. And I might use the other side of that, or maybe something a little different over here. So that's just gonna frame this, bring some of this over here. And whatever's left over, I'm just add it to the bottom here. So you see, like I said, not complicated. Okay, so let's start building this up. Okay, let's go with this. I don't think I need my stamp wheel. Nice and ready. Let's put it away. Because if I stamp something, I'll do it outside. If I don't do it like that, a little bit of OCD. I like covering this. You don't have to. I like covering it, but I love my stamp wheel. So, and I keep it in this beautiful box that it came in. So let's just put this stuff out of the way. There we go. Okay. So my idea was to add a little bit of the stamping on the back, like, the images in the little, if you look at the stamp, it has little images here. But I think if I add that, it's going to take away from the flowers. I'd rather have the flowers and then get it like, to match this side. I don't want to add much more. So I'm going to keep it very simple like that. So let's get building this. I have my little tape. I'm not going to add a lot of dimension here because remember, this is going to go inside of my pockets. So let's just make sure that we know what we're doing. We'll work on that after. So I want this. Remember, we're going to frame this. So if this is coming from the top, then this one has to be somewhere at the bottom. Okay, so let's find another image. Like I said, I printed a few of them. I stamped a few of them. I think I like this coming this way. Let's move it a bit more that way. And I want this right there. There we go. Let's go ahead, and you see my fingers are all ink. Like I said, I'm being careful not to touch a lot. And this is, I use the stamp from the Craft Your Life project kit, Elegant Delicate Garden, sorry, to create these images. So I'm gonna make sure that it creates a little bit of movement. There we go. Pair of scissors to cut the excess. I'm not gonna cut the top, but I am gonna cut the side here. Here we go. I have to cut it here. So I have my first card right there, ready to go. We're gonna go to the bottom. Remember, I'm looking in a way of framing this. That's what I'm going with the corners of the pocket spread. Again, I'm trying to give it a little bit of movement, kind of facing going up. There we go. Ready? Let's cut the excess. Now this one. Just make sure that I clean it up. There we go. So I have my cards. I am not gonna write it here. Okay, my journaling is gonna be right here. Okay, so let's set this up. Let's see, I have the leftover pieces. So these are gonna help me bulk this up. So I'm just gonna add that there. Let's move the stuff around. I know I want to get this here, so it gives a little bit of movement going up. There we go. Just trying to think. I'm going to cut this excess leaf here. I'm going to add it down there, kind of peeking like that. And then I have the. Let's move this piece. I'll use it for something else. I think I want it like this. Same thing. Kind of frame my little corner here. But I don't know if I want this here or if I want. Just trying to see what's better. This and this here. I'm following the same idea of the little corner frames from this side. No, I like this here. Like that there. I'm just trying to see if I added just a little bit here without going. Yeah, I like that. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of foam adhesive behind. Just a tiny bit, just to lift up the corners of the flowers. So I'm just gonna go tiny little piece right at the tip of the leaf here, and then I'm gonna add some tape down there. The same thing here. So let me go ahead and add some tape, and that's gonna sit right around. Let me just make sure that I have this properly right there. Let me see if I just bulk this up a bit more. There we go. So we're gonna add a little bit of, and I'm just using the leftover pieces. I'm gonna lift it up so you see what it looks like underneath. I'm gonna camouflage with this. There you go. So these are just the two pieces that were left behind from the other one, and this is gonna sit right there. I'm okay if it comes a little bit off the page. It doesn't bug me, but I like that there. So let's go add some tape. I'm not pressing too hard so I don't lose the embossing of this. So I'm just gonna play around with this a bit. See, right there. There we go. Nothing's gonna move. Let's clean the area. That's clean. So we see how we're doing. There we go. See, not bad. Yeah, let's do a little bit of cleanup. So now we need to work on title and adding sentiments. I already know that my lines of journal are gonna sit right here. So I put a few things for this. I'm gonna bring all the stamp sets that I said, that I have handy. So right here. So I really like this hello you. So I know that I'm gonna use that. hello. That's gonna go there. Think of it as kind of a subtitle or what I call like, just a resting card. Just want something that's gonna rest your eye. So that'll be from the Craft Your Life project kit, the stamp set. So hello you is gonna go there. I'm gonna tie this in 3 ways. So don't worry. You see? So grateful for you. It has to come here because without glasses, I'm not good. So grateful for you. And that's gonna kind of give you the look that I have of the blocks going on. But I'm gonna stamp that there. And then I had another one that is here. I was another one. You're amazing. Stamped it outside, and I even brought a little piece of paper here. Okay, let me just get my obsidian and oh, I have it. I knew I brought it. I forgot to bring a block. There we go. That's the beauty working, like in an apartment. So everything is handy. So we're gonna stamp the You're Amazing onto the little piece of paper here. I need to bring some of this onto this side. Okay, so always think about it like, how I'm gonna tie these two together. So let that sit for a bit. I'm gonna just leave it on top so I can clean it after. Where did I put this one? Right there. So I have the So Grateful for You. Let's just move the stuff out of the way for a bit. Let's bring this. I can do it 2 ways. I can, you know what? I'm gonna do it outside of the thing. I'm gonna do it here too. And then I'm gonna fussy cut around it. I'm not being so daring as to like just go there. Because I know myself. I know it's gonna be all crooked and then I'm gonna be like, kicking myself after. So let's just go the smart way. There we go. I know I'm gonna cut this. Let's set those aside. Let's take this here. It has to be cleaned after the live. Set this here. I know that there's a sentiment here that is gonna go there. Let's stamp the other card. So I'm gonna set that, let that dry. Let's go here. Here we go. Pray for me right now, because hopefully it's not crooked and I don't kick myself after this. I'm gonna use the line of the, here. Okay. Oh, right there. Again, we're gonna leave it just on top so I can clean it up after. Okay, so let's see how this is setting up. There we go. Here we go. Let's cut this up. I know that You're Amazing is gonna go here, so I'm gonna cut it with a little bit of a white edge. And I know that there's a die that matches this that I did not get. So sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna have to fussy cut. But I have a little piece of paper here that's stuck. Okay. There we go. So let's just cut around it. I'm leaving like a tiny piece of white, like an offset. Okay, so it makes it easier for me. And don't mind my nails and my hands are full of ink. That's what happens when you're having fun. Okay, so that can go here, or I can put it here. No, I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. Let's cut the other one. Get a little bit of a white edge. That's just gonna kind of brings the idea of those little blocks. There's a little bit of a frame around them. So I'm doing the same with my sentiments here. So let's clean up. eyeballing this, so hoping that it's all nice and straight. There you go. So we're gonna bring some of that onto this here. Okay. Now we need to glue this here. So I'm actually gonna add a little bit of adhesive here. So that means that this one here will probably go outside of the pocket. So this is gonna sit right here. I already know that. And you're gonna see that I keep it very simple because I have a lot of color going on and I'm not even wearing the same shirt. So I want to keep it simple. That's what I'm going with, a lot of black and white and like very blocky sentiments. Hi, Pam. So I'm gonna go there. Remember the one that I just added? I need to add something tactile on my page. So let's move the garbage to the side. I'm gonna put it on top of the page protector. Okay, simple. You don't need much more. Yeah, this is gonna bring the color from this side onto this side. So let's work on the title for here. So I know that that probably will sit right here, and that will make a nice card, by the way. But I need a title. Okay. So for that, I have this, but I have my little mega brush pencil, which I love. So we go. Of course, we're gonna put the word glasses. That's. So I'm just gonna make sure that. See, I'm just gonna spell it. Here. And I love this font because it's very forgiving. So, and trust me, when you're doing things like this, you need something that's gonna be very forgiving. So let's see. I don't have to write that much more. So I'm gonna move this down here. I think that's the best place for this. And I am grateful for glasses. That's the first thing that goes on my face every day. Otherwise, the world's a little blurry. When the glasses go on, I'm gonna lift up the flower a bit and kind of tuck it there, a little bit lower, right there. So I have space to write. So let's work backwards with the writing. And I'm gonna do something, cheat a bit here. Can I get a little? Because I want to make sure that I don't, screw this up. I don't need that much. I probably go. So I'm gonna go with my nail, lightly make a line. Okay. Now start praying. This one's out of the way. And this is an S. So you're gonna see my head popping here. S. Set it aside because I need it again. Super cute layout. Oh, you've never been here before? Welcome. And I'm already like, while you guys are talking, I'm already in my mind. I'm making sure that I don't misspell this word. So I need double S's right now. And I got woman. So it's already crooked, and that's what I said. The letters are very forgiving. So in case I go crooked, it's okay. That's what I picked up this font today. My hands are getting very dirty. Oh, it's working. There we go. So here we go. And we're gonna put this away. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think you can read the word glasses properly. Let's put this aside so it can be cleaned after. I need the word new, but I want something that's gonna give me this font. So I might actually have to use some font, like actually stickers for that. So I'm going to see if I have anything handy. If you found that I'm far, it's because I am far. I have to just step to the side for a little bit. You were worried for a second, and I bought some of this. So let's just see what I have that looks similar to that color. So we're going to bring some of that purpley that we have down there. So here, kind of gives me that block look, and I'm going with something dark. It's like these are like kind of almost purple, so they look like black. And have an end. Please tell me I have an end. There we go. So that just kind of matches the look on both sides. I'm good at spelling backwards. Trust me, while you guys were like looking at praying, I was praying too, going, please don't screw up. Okay? And then just to finish this, we're going to bring the patchwork tile. Okay? I made this just for you because I did. No, not this one. Where's the one that I like? New glasses. There was something here that I really like. And I was like, oh, I need two out of here. I think I need something on the background here. And that's what I brought this. I think I need to stamp just every. You're just gonna see on these two, because I'm gonna maybe this one's here. So I'm gonna get this little stamp. It needs something else here. That's why. Let me get another block. I said the beauty of working from home. I'm gonna go back and just pick up Lagoon. I don't want something super dark. So let's go with this. And I'm just gonna stamp every other one. Redo that part. There we go. I think I might need to add another one there. So let's fake it here, make it. Because I should have done this before, but I know I don't need on this one, but on this side I do. So let's go this way. There we go. That one there, we're gonna say it's there. I think I need another one here. So let's move this. Let's go with the same tone. I'm gonna use Mountain Mist for this. I like that better. Kind of tone on tone, like really soft. There we go. There's a little piece that I forgot. There we go. Here, let's go here. And I need to stamp the one at the bottom here. So again, let's bake until we make it. So we're gonna lift it up a bit here and press. There we go. Now we are done. I like that much better. Here we go. You don't want to see the mess. So let's just say this is beautiful here. So there you go, guys. Yeah. So we have used our stamp set. We used the Delicate Garden, the Craft Your Life Project Kit Delicate Gardens. And the other thing that we used was the patchwork tiles, the stencil, and the stamp set to create this. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to put it on my album so you see what it looks like. Close your eyes. You don't want to see what's underneath. It's coming in a couple weeks. Okay, here we go. Of course, there'll be a little heart sticker that's coming out, but we'll find it after. There you go, guys. Okay, simple. And you can easily use this idea to create a card. You can use this to create a card. So I'm literally tying 3 cards in one single project. And you see there's like, it's kind of going up. I know there's going to be another sentiment that's going to go there. I'm just looking at everything here going, you need something there. So I'm looking at my stamp, seeing what can I add, but I'll do that outside of the camera. So let me see you before we say goodbye. And then we, I think we did fine. We did excellent timing too. So let's see. Okay, video. Here we go. See, I'm gonna turn off the light here. Okay, so you can see me better. Okay, there we go. Turn off the lights. We're fine there. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. And I think I'll see you soon. If I'm not mistaken, I'll be coming back again to show you another idea, for my albums or for my memory keeping using Altenew stamps. And I'm really shiny because the lights are on. So it's better. Okay, much better. As always, thank you so much. And, I'm sure there'll be a winner soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.